All right, good day, Diamond VIP guys. It is time, really, guys, to just bring it home and tell you the truth. To bring it home in a way that I think everyone can comprehend and everyone can understand. The Bible says, whatsoever man sows, that shall he also reap. If you sow sparingly, you're going to reap sparingly, which basically means if you are careful in your sowing, you cannot expect anything of God. And I want to tell you this principle because I think this is the number one principle that gets missed and it gets lost in every single thing that we do. Everything that I personally do, this is me personally, is as unto the Lord. There is nothing in, just to be honest, in smaller increments that do anything for me. They really don't. A couple $100, a couple $1,000, that's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I don't take them for granted, but they don't do anything for me on my day-to-day. So how do I approach this mentally? It's not if I'm building a Numi business that, you know, I'm looking at a few $100s or even a few $1,000s. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the purpose of that business, and the purpose of that business is to help other people, to save lives, really, more so than anything. It's spared me. It's been a blessing to me, and all I am is a referrer. That's it. Now, I can sit and listen to people say all kinds of crazy things about network marketing and this, that, and the other, but guys, do your research, please. And I'm not talking about the people that sit in a network marketing company, don't talk to anybody and they button their lip. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that apply themselves in learning, the people that apply themselves in personal development. There is nothing better in the marketplace than network marketing. And I'll give you an example. So I joke about Mary Kay all the time because they actually teach it at Yale and Harvard. They teach it at their business schools because there's some basics about business that those things will actually teach you. And so when you're running around and going, oh my God, but you got to keep product, you got to do this, guess what? So do those companies. Why do we have Black Friday deals? Because it becomes a supply versus demand at some point. And this is the way it basically works. The beauty of Numi is, no, you don't have to keep a bunch of extra product on hand. I've not wasted 1 ounce of Numi's product, so that kills that whole theory because it works not only exceptionally. If I drink, you know, a quarter of a bottle, yes, it may cost me, but I may feel a whole lot better. So therefore, Numi is amazing. So it's just a benefit. My job is to vet the opportunities. My job is not to make you personally $1 million. It's to vet the opportunities. Are these opportunities worthwhile? So the information that I put in there about FTX, the information that I put in there about Bernie Madoff, he made off with everyone's money because we do sometimes have a tendency to only want to invest our money in things that require us to do nothing. But is that accurate according to the word? If you're only sowing sparingly, you can only expect to reap sparingly. So I want to talk to you about what is going on with Novatech and how it's benefiting financially. And there's a lot more people in Novatech than you guys are even willing to fully comprehend or understand. And it's for a very good reason in the Forex market. But is that all we're doing in the Forex market? No, we're training in the Forex market too. And eventually somewhere about mid-year, we may bring something to you guys and train you on the Forex market. If you have something else you want to do in Forex, that is perfectly fine with me. Brian is not trying to be the author of your life. I'm really not. I'm just enhancing Diamond VIP and doing the things that I want to see happen in Diamond VIP. On to that, I'm actually going to be working this month on my license, my insurance license, to finish that up, because we are going to be in People Helping People, because all it is a brokerage. That's all it is. And I'm also going to do the Infinity Banking. I had a nice little BNI meeting with a gentleman who is actually an accountant, and boy, if Infinity Banking isn't an amazing feat. I'm really impressed by it. I'd like to get some more training on it, but I'm going to do a lot of training on that. I'm also doing my training on my ERC, and that's going to be an ongoing process. So when I see what's in front of us, I'm not going to really have a lot of time to be on the phone or to chat about a little bit of this or a little bit of that. That's not what this is. If you want to know more about each one of the things that are here, when I put out the Zoom calls, make sure you show up. Make sure you get a notebook. Make sure you ask questions when you're there. And I don't mind giving clarity at some point, but I really don't have a lot of time. I'm really going into more of a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. I want to spend a little bit more time with my family. I've done this for about 2.5 years, and I refuse to give up my Saturdays and my Sundays. Because I know that I've given enough information in that room, and you can scroll back or you can go up to the links, and it's very convenient in the Telegram chat room. It is a resource catalog if you use it as such. These are not just things that we're saying. I'm doing them on purpose. Some of these are notes and all those things. So on the ERC program, yes, there is a $2,600 upfront fee. It is just a retainer for that business. However, ask me and I'll tell you, we do have another organization that you can sign up with and you don't have to pay that fee. However, there's a way to do that because you want to make sure that you explain to that person there is going to be a little bit more fee in the back end. Sometimes out of sight, out of mind. Sometimes the business can't afford it up front, no big deal. So we do have options there. So between all the things that we have going on, it's really going to end up being the financial services side is going to really take over, with Numi leading the way as a nice intro to anybody in the freaking universe. Who doesn't need glutathione? That's exactly right. So when I say things, guys, a lot of times it can seem confusing for those that aren't really paying attention, or maybe you haven't come to a meeting in a while or whatever it may be. But I don't have responsibility for that. I love you to life. I really do. And I want to see you all make it. I'm just looking at the next 5 months. So if I put out some gifts and prizes concerning Numi, go get them. If you miss on those, I'm going to put out some concerning the ERC program and probably one on Novatech too. Because when you reach that $2,500 or $1,000 threshold with Novatech, guys, off and on, month in and month out, you're looking anywhere from $4,500, depending on how much it earns. And of course, these aren't, guidelines to investing or anything like that, right? So these are not there's no guarantee in investing, and you can lose in anything you do in investing. So I want you to know going up and going in, come up with a strategy. 25,000 should be a part of that strategy. Even if you're just a person that can afford 1,000, go get you 25 friends to do 25,000. Whatever you got to do. I'm not saying that's the key to getting to that number, but I'm saying you really got to put in the effort. But once you do get to the 25,000, literally you could receive a payoff of 5,000, up to 5,000 per month, depending on what it actually earns, because that is the magic of compound math or Forex calculating. Okay, so let's recap. With the ERC program alone, I want everyone to think about this. Write down your bills, write down your salary currently, and then I want you to think about paying those bills not only down, but off. You might have a brand new car that you paid $30,000 for, right? I need you to imagine next year paying it off by this same time next year. I need you to imagine paying or receiving one whole year's salary in one payout 4 or 5 months later to the ERC because you saved the business. Your purpose is what's going to lead you through 2023. Your practice, your seeds, wherever you place your seeds. The reason I know I'm about to reap abundantly is because I sold 40 hours at least every single week for the last 2.5 years in the Diamond VIP. That's just how it works. So it's supposed to work that way. And don't come in this thinking that you're going to give a little. Learn the terms, learn the information that you need to learn, do some study on your own, then come to me and I can help you. We are now entering the mode that I told the early on group that God showed me in 2.5 years, or about 2 years. You'd have to talk to my assistant in order to get to know me. I don't personally have an assistant right now. Everyone pretty much consults with me. The work that they bring to me or whatever, I pay them for, but it's because they have their own business or whatever it may be. But there will be no idea of actually reaching me in a moment's notice. You're gonna have to schedule in your time to talk, seriously. Everything will be on calendar. I did put in the room what my wife said, and I think it's like the coolest thing ever, but it's so true. And what we mean by that is if we give you 10 minutes of our time, that's a lot of our time, okay? I'm 50, about to be 51, and so when I say that, I really do regard my time more than I regard my money. I'll say that one more time. I regard my time more than I do my money. So when someone says to me, I don't have the money. My next question is, but do you have the time? Because if you don't have the time, you're wasting your time, okay? And I refuse to waste my time in anything else, right? So you do have something to invest. And I started realizing in my spirit, and hopefully this helps someone, I was giving 1/10 of my time. So I was tithing my time. You can tithe other things, your abilities, your talents, right? Then your money, okay? And you will become a more well-rounded person. That is the secret to my success. That's the 20-year secret to my wife's success. And we'll continue to go on in that direction. If it can help you, my job is to be a big brother to you. When I broke down those different categories, that farmer, that promoter, all those things, I was speaking personally because I know what my skill set is. My skill set is to be a promoter. That's who I am. I can't change that. I'm going to be the best doggone promoter, though, you ever saw when it comes to something like this. And so your job is to decide where you fit in. Are you a farmer? Are you a person that would like to become a farmer? Are you a hunter? Are you a gatherer? Who are you really? You're going to have to define that this year. But most off, I would say, please don't miss this moment. This is Brian begging you, because the next 6 months are about to pop off. I see 6, maybe 7 figures, depending for someone, if you actually buckle down. And in a lot of cases, that someone's going to be me, because I'm going to put a lot of time in. I'm thinking anywhere from 20 to 50 businesses per week. And if I got to go make personal contacts with about 10 of them per week, I'm going to do that too. I'll do Zoom calls, whatever it is I got to do, because this is very real. We have a very real opportunity to help a lot of businesses obtain some money that is out there. And we don't want to be the ones that allow them to somehow miss it. So however you want to organize your business, you need to get business cards. You need to make sure you got a follow-up system, a CRM, because the money, there's going to be millions in the follow-up. It's not just going and talking to somebody. How well and how accurate is your follow-up? I don't mind training you on those things, but I'm not going to train you just on the basics. You're going to have to put in the effort, okay? I love you all to life. I bid you Godspeed. I just think Numi is the greatest thing on earth. It's the easiest thing for the most novice individual. I mean, here's a product that works. I mean, it just absolutely works, right? And make sure you do your 3-way calls when it comes to Numi. Make sure you're putting in that time. It's not just me. You have, you got Ronan. He's there to put in that 3-way call, but don't waste Ronan's time. Make sure that you've talked to that person has at least come to the meeting. This is the order of business, the way you want to do it. Make sure they've actually come to the Thursday meeting, right? The 12 o'clock meeting, or make sure they come to the night meeting, whatever it is. Don't just let me put these things in here for my health and then you ignore them and then you just want to get your friend on the phone. That's not how it works. It's the power of duplication. You got to make sure your friend has the resources when they get started too. So assume the sale when it comes to the stuff or Numi, because it absolutely works. So you can just assume the sale. So I'm just proud of where we are. It has been proven with Michael Firth and some of those folks in Numi that you can be a crown ambassador in Numi in the next 12 months. And my goal is as such to make 6 figures in all 3 of the categories I just mentioned: Novatech, Numi, and with the ERC program. God bless you. Set your goals. Make 2023 the most amazing year ever. Oh, I do want to let you guys know something. As I normally do, I'm going to be a lot more difficult to catch this month. This is my birthday month, but even more so, I'm ready to go ahead and declare another fast and some more praying, because it's time to call down some mountains, okay? My family has been through some things this year, as far as deaths and things like that are concerned. And I just love doing that soul searching. I'm not just the guy that goes to church and checks a box. I'm the guy that wants to get on his knees and see what God has to say about everything. So we're going to be praying for a lot of wisdom going into 2023. I love to know. I don't even really declare what the new year is going to be about. I love asking God what the new year is going to be about, and I haven't gotten that answer yet. So definitely will be seeking God really, really, really profoundly this month. God bless you all. Love you to life. Merry Christmas.